What's up, everybody? It's G from Bushwick Service coming at you live from my hallway. And thank you so much for your comments, your DMs, getting through this quarantine, doing what we gotta do. But we're specifically gonna talk about cargo insurance. Now, this is important for galleries, showrooms, collectors, shippers. They need to know about cargo insurance because a lot of people don't know how it works. People think that if they ship a piece that's worth $50,000 and it breaks, they're gonna get a check for $50,000. That's just not how it works. First thing to know about cargo insurance is it is an additional cost. We touched upon it yesterday, but generally it is a rate of 1% to 2% of the value plus packing. You know, the shipper has the right to tell you how they're going to pack it. Plus, and I didn't touch upon this yesterday, they're going to charge a bit more to collect it and deliver because they need to do a full condition, which usually includes photographs. And if the piece was packed when they're picking it up, they have to open the packaging, look at everything, and then repack it, in addition to the packing they're gonna do to make sure it gets to the destination safely. So there's a lot of costs associated with that cargo insurance. Look at the fine print. Not everything will be covered, okay? A lot of times glass is not covered, a lot of times frames aren't covered, a lot of times really sensitive materials like wax aren't covered. It really all depends. So make sure you ask. As a purchaser, it's in your right to ask. Ask the fucking questions before it blows up in your face. Also, check if there's a deductible. Sometimes there is a $1,000 deductible. So if you're shipping a sofa that's about to be reupholstered and the thing is only worth a couple $100, but there's a $1,000 deductible attached to the policy, there's really no point in getting the policy. Unless the legs are, long and there's a chance of them snapping, there's really no chance of damaging a sofa that's going to be reupholstered, Especially if you use a reputable shipper. Red flags: when you're going with a shipper that you're not too sure about and you ask them for a quote and you give them a value and they don't say anything about insurance, that's a red flag. You should know what's up with that. A lot of the times shippers just don't fucking have it. And from a shipper's point of view, we can't just say, yeah, you have insurance. We have to go to the insurance company, tell them what's being insured, and then the insurance company will write out the policy. They'll write out a certificate of that insurance. Generally, they need to know what the piece is, when it was made, who made it, if the artist is alive, and obviously what it's worth with some backing material. You can't just say a piece is $50,000 with nothing behind it. You have to have a commercial invoice, something showing that someone paid X amount of money for it in order to be insured for that amount of money. That said, you also don't need to insure something for the full amount, and we'll get into that later. We have the additional costs. We have what to look out for in the fine print. Now, what happens when there is a claim? What happens when there is a damage? Well, there's two things that can happen. Let's assume that it is covered by the insurance. The shipper made a mistake, something happened, and now there's a damage. What will happen is there'll be a claim. And a claim could take anywhere from a few weeks to months and months and months. And it involves a claims adjuster going there, seeing what the problem is, seeing what's going on, and taking it from there. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Remember how I said look at the fine print? When you get a full coverage insurance and you have a $50,000 painting and that painting is damaged, you might not just get a check for $50,000. What's going to happen is it's going to cover the replacement or the repair, whatever is less. Remember, insurance companies are a fucking business. They want to make money. The last thing they want to do is give you their money, okay? They take, they don't give. That's how they're in business. So they own arenas and stadiums and all that shit. Okay? They're a fucking business. So they're going to try and replace it for the lowest cost possible. If you have a $50,000 painting and when the art handler is opening the package like a wild Wolverine and they slice through the middle, as unfortunate as that is, you might not get a check for $50,000. What's going to happen is that claims adjuster is going to see it and take it to a conservationist. And the conservationist is going to do their best to repair it. That's the end of the claim. That's all you're going to get. You're not getting a check for $50,000. You're going to get a piece repaired. Now, if the piece was $20,000 and is completely shattered, it's a one-of-a-kind piece of glass by an artist who's passed away, then you might get the $20,000. You might also be paying $5,000 just for the shipping, but that's how it goes. It's all risk-reward. They want to hold the money. They don't want to give it up. What happens if something breaks? Here's an anecdote that happened to me. We had a brand new client, we did 2-3 jobs for them, everything went well. We did a pickup of a lucite bench for them, and we had to bring it upstate. Fuck up. Something happened, and the bottom of that lucite bench chipped, like a divot. Literally like a divot, like someone swung a golf club and it was gone. Of course, the picture didn't show up in the pictures. Of course, it didn't show up in the condition. Now, they did not have insurance. They did not ask for the insurance. And, what do you do as a new shipper? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I just paid for it. Paid a couple $100 to Vic in New Jersey. They fixed it. Then I paid my guys to go bring it back upstate. Maybe it was even Connecticut. And you know what happened? The client was ecstatic because things happen in shipping. Things happen all the time in shipping. And you're not defined by all the good you do as a shipper. You're defined by how you handle the fuck ups, okay? Everyone does a good job. But you know what? Everyone also fucks up. How do you handle it? Do you just blame the client? No, you don't fucking blame the client. But for the most part, you want to be as professional as possible, okay? That's how you do it. You want to be as professional as possible. So we did that. It cost me, I think, all in total after paying my guys, probably cost like $700. For a Lucite bench that I charge them like $400 for the shipping. And you know what? They use me all the time now. They probably spend like 50 grand with me over the course of 2019. All because of that professionalism right there, okay? I could have easily said, I know the big guys might do this, easily said, well, you didn't want the insurance. I don't know what to tell you, sorry. Well, I don't like that. I've been doing this for 10 years. I have billionaires who call my phone, and it's only because of my reputation. They don't do it because they look me up in the phone book. They do it because they heard of me, and I do a good job. That's how it works, okay? So, anecdotes aside, pretty sure we covered everything about cargo insurance. Be aware of it. Don't just assume it's in place, okay? Go with reputable shippers. Ask the questions. Don't feel like you're being annoying, okay? This is their job. This is our job. We want to help you. We want to make sure you get the best service you possibly can. So, I hope you learned something today. If you enjoyed the video or not, drop a comment below. Keep sliding into the DMs. I'm loving these questions. I'm going to keep it going. Thanks again for watching. Keep the comments coming. Be safe.